Good afternoon. It is day 30 of Marcus and me, and today he's talking about the world's intelligence. I wonder if that includes this gnat hanging out. Today's 30th meditation in Book 5 of Marcus Aurelius begins. The world's intelligence is not selfish. It created lower things for the sake of higher ones, and attune the higher ones to one another. Look how it subordinates, how it connects, how it assigns each thing what each deserves, and brings the better things into alignment. The world's intelligence is not selfish. Day 30 in Book 5 of Marcus Aurelius. This is an interesting Marcus, because if we think of the world's intelligence as the logos, or the living word, and then we think of like the circle of life and the food chain, and the interconnectedness of everything and everyone, we look how it subordinates and how it connects, and how it assigns whatever happens to each of us to bring things into alignment. I believe in the divine order, the logos, the living word. I believe that, you have to prune back a bush often to make it produce more fruit, or a tree. The vine dresser, they refer to Jesus as the vine dresser. So, everything has its season. You see that out here in nature. Speaking of that, I think one of my chickens got taken. I only saw one today when I came home. And there's some feathers over here, which leads me to believe either she's hiding or something bigger snuck in and got her in the middle of the night, or yesterday in the evening. And that's the way it is. And you learn that on a farm. You learn how the cat gets the mole or the mouse, and then the owl or the hawk or the car gets the cat. And it's a circle of life. Sad but true. One day our circle will be done. And hopefully we've done what we wanted to do with our life. As for me, I plan on going out to dance tonight. That's what I'm going to do this evening. I was telling a beautiful story to somebody at work today about my friend Pat. He loved to dance, my cowboy friend. And when he was on his deathbed, his feet were moving like he was dancing. And when he woke up, he said Garth Brooks was singing, and I was dancing at his concert. So, just a little side note there. Go live your life. Do what makes you feel, as Marcus said, not selfish, for wanting to live your life with whatever your heart is desiring, whether it's to dance, to paint, to whatever. But just be prepared for the circle and the food chain. Anyway, have a great day. Peace be with everybody. What's the matter, little sister? You want to come with us for a walk? Huh? The world's intelligence. I was also thinking about that. Early this morning, I had listened to Marian's thought for the day, and it was about how I cannot understand God's ways. And if we substitute what Marcus is saying, take out the world, God's intelligence, We think about it in that respect. As I said, the Logos, divine order, divine principle, divine being God, the all-sovereign, almighty, then we would know that there's some things that we may not like in our lives. Like no one wants to have a divorce, no one wants someone to die, nobody wants, cancer, all of these horrible events we're seeing, shootings, stabbings. But then we question God, because God wouldn't allow these things if they weren't supposed to happen. And that causes a lot of problems for people that perhaps have never had parents that have reprimanded them, created strong boundaries, rules, curfews, those kinds of things. But it truly is humbling when you think of it that way. Whether you need to think of it as the world's intelligence or computer's intelligence, or, a lot of people believe we're living in a simulation, whatever. However somebody has to form their schema. People have different ways of comprehending things down here. I think God allows that. But who are we to question a superior intelligence to our own? How could we understand the mind of God and the intricacies of the connections that He's laid out? How would we possibly understand that? Submitting to that, you have a lot more peace down here. And you can say your piece. I believe everybody has the right to say their piece. I believe in freedom of speech, freedom of expression. But at the end of the day, when nothing changes, then you have to assume that the events occurring, things happening around us, are the will of an almighty intelligence. And perhaps things have to get so bad so that people will turn back to God, cry out to Him, as we read yesterday about being run through the furnace. Perhaps things in our life have to get that bad so that it humbles us and we cry Abba. So, or cry Logos in the case of this Marcus reading, or cry to world intelligence. What's going on? Whatever floats your boat to try to get you out of your own will. Because our own will, pride comes before destruction. And a lot of times what we want isn't what's best for the divine order, creation. So, just some afterthoughts. After walking the dog, after working today. It's a glorious day here. The weather is just so superior. It's so wonderful. The sun is out, but it's not really hot, and it's just glorious weather. Glorious weather we're experiencing here in almost heaven, West Virginia.